Alrighty guys, how's everyone doing? Welcome back to the channel. This video, as y'all seen in the title, is going to be about investing and why you should start investing young. A lot of people wait until they have a big boy job, big girl job, or the right time, or when they have enough money. And some people think investing is for rich people, but as an 18-year-old college student, broke as ever, I'm here to tell you investing is for everyone, you know, especially with all the tools and resources we have now. You know, we can do anything. So first, let's talk about why you should invest. Investing is very beneficial to you, especially when you're young, because of compound interest. Compound interest is pretty much, so if you have $1 and your profile goes up by 10% 1 year, you'd have $1.10, correct? But if you keep that same $1.10 in there and you go up 10% the next year, you're gonna be at $1.21 because you add on 11 instead of 10. So pretty much it's your money growing on top of itself and working for you. You're not doing anything to make it grow. That's another reason why you should invest. Not just because of compound interest, but because your money is working for you while you're asleep, while you're at your 9 to 5, while you're doing whatever you gotta do. So that's first off. Now let's talk about how to invest. So first, what you're gonna need is a brokerage. So brokerage is pretty much what allows you to invest. So Robinhood is what I use. There's also other brokerages like Vanguard, Fidelity, Charles Schwab. There's a plethora of them, but I feel like Robinhood is the easiest to use. Also, my mom got me into investing with Robinhood. She pretty much, I didn't get it at the time because I was like 13, 14, but I get it now. She was pretty much just telling me, I was in her account and she just told me, pick a few stocks that you think are gonna go up and that you use. So what I had invested in was like Under Armour, Nike, like all of that stuff, because I was a little sports guy. But yeah, so first, that's a brokerage. Brokerage is gonna let you invest in the stocks that you want. So just by putting money into the brokerage, you're not investing. You gotta put it into the brokerage and then put it into stocks or ETFs or whatever you may be investing in. And then second, before we get into ETFs and stocks, let me tell you about volatility. Volatility is pretty much how risky your purchase of the stock is. So volatility, it means the stock will move a lot if it's high volatility, and if it's low volatility, the stock isn't moving as much, which means your risk is lower. But with the high volatility stock, your risk will be higher. But then again, your potential to earn profits is higher with the high volatility stock, and your potential to gain profits from a low volatility stock is a little bit lower, just because it doesn't move as much. Right? So if you like a lot of risk, if you're young, you should be investing. I'm not saying all of your money, but you should have a portion into some volatile stocks. You know, at least that's what I believe in, because we have so much time. Now let's get into ETFs, individual stocks, target date funds, dividend stocks, crypto. Let's okay, so ETF is, I don't know what the actual like acronym is, but an ETF, to break it down to y'all, is pretty much just a combination of a lot of stocks. So instead of investing into like a individual stock, like say, y'all see it, Tesla or Apple or Google or Nvidia, this is pretty much a lot of them combined into one, so that if Nvidia, say, goes down to zero, they just lose, you lose all your money in Nvidia, you're still gonna have money in the other stocks through an ETF. But if you put all your money into the individual stock Nvidia, you're gonna lose all of your money. So those are the pros of an ETF. ETFs are usually low volatility just because they have so many companies, so many stocks inside of them, that it's hard for all of them to just drop, you know. So one of the most common ones is VOO or SPX. That's pretty much the top 500 companies in the US. That's pretty much my whole Roth IRA, as well as some QQQ, and, which is mostly like tech stocks, because as we know, AI, tech, everything booming. So yeah, there's also other ETFs that are for like other countries or just global, like VTI. But yeah, I mainly invest in VOO. But another thing you could do is, this is mostly for retirement accounts in my opinion. And also, let me put this in there, by no means am I a financial advisor or whatever. I'm just an 18-year-old kid who learned some stuff on YouTube and through asking some questions to the older people in my life. Not older, but older than me. So let's get into a target date fund. So a target date fund is pretty much an accumulation of stocks that is projected to go up by the time of that targeted date. So that's why I say I would use it for a retirement account, because you know when you're gonna retire, you know, obviously around 60, 65. So I would put the date of that year, the year I turned 60, the year I turned 65, to be able to pull it out and make however much money I make. Another kind of stock is a dividend stock. So a dividend stock is a stock that when you put your money into it, there's different type of dividend stocks. So some pay you out weekly, some pay you out monthly, some pay you out yearly, some pay you out quarterly. But a dividend stock is where you put your money into a stock and they pretty much pay you a dividend or a percent of what you own just for holding the stock. So that's how some people I have seen make a living, just off dividend stocks. I think one of the YouTubes is like the Dividend Nomad, and he lives in like Asia or something, and he purely lives off of dividends, which is crazy and amazing. Then lastly, Crypto. I'm not too much into crypto, but I know crypto is super volatile. You can make a lot of money as well as lose a lot of money. And I know I should get into it. There's a lot of money to be made in crypto, but I just haven't brought myself to learning about it. And with all your stocks, whether it be ETFs, individual stocks, target date funds, crypto, whatever it may be, I recommend you do your research before putting money into it, so that you know what you're getting into. Pretty much, you're not just blindlessly listening to someone else or making a bad decision that affects you off of what somebody else said. Oh Lord, it's gonna be a lot of traffic right here. But let me tell y'all what my portfolio consists of. I don't have too much money in it, but I do see it growing. When I was working, I was putting about 20% of my paycheck. It was like a range from 20 to 50. When I started investing, it was like addicting, dude. Like I was putting in like 50%. I was making like 800, putting 400 in, you know. But as I started seeing it go up, I just kept putting more. If it wasn't 50, it was 20, you know. But my portfolio consists of mainly individual stocks, just because I'm so young, and I just see a lot of potential in these. It's mostly the big hitters. Like I have some in Google, Nvidia. I can't think right now. Google, Nvidia, Amazon, Microsoft, and then there's one called DGRO, which is a dividend fund, a dividend growth fund. Obviously, it's not paying me out too much because I don't have too much money in there, but I can see the dividends coming in, you know. But I also have a Roth IRA, as I was talking about before, which I hold VOO and QQQ in. And yeah, let me break down to y'all what a Roth IRA is if y'all don't know. So it's a retirement account. The money that you put in there has to be taxed, because when you take it out of the account, it won't be taxed. So I think that's the smartest thing for me to do, because I know right now, or at least when I was working, I was not making the most money, you know. So I feel like it's better to get taxed on the little money I'm making rather than when I withdraw it, when it'll be way higher, hopefully in the millions. So there's that. There's a traditional IRA, which is pretty much the money is taxed when you withdraw it, not when you put it in, which is okay, but I still think the Roth is the best out of all the three I'm about to tell you. And then the next one is a 401k. So a 401k is pretty much one that's held by your job, like, is what I hear about most. So pretty much it's a retirement account, obviously. You put money in now, invest it in that account, and it'll grow until you retire. There's obviously some benefits. I don't really know too much, but I know that some companies will match what you put in your 401k. So, hold on. So, say you put 4% of your monthly income into that account, the company may match you 8%, but you have to put that 4% in to get that 8% back from the company. And just things as such, you know. So if you put 6 in, the company may be giving you 6 back. Like, put in 6 into that account as well. It's just the company matches how much you put in to that account. And yeah, so I'm gonna keep learning about investing, obviously, because that's what all the rich people do. The rich people own real estate, invest, have their own business, have their money working for them. You know, not trading their time for money, as I said in one of the past videos. So, yeah, let me know if y'all have any questions. Let me know if I messed anything up. I don't think I did. But also let me know what y'all want to see next. All right, thank you guys for watching.